Well, it's a very important historic event, actually, and although the incident itself was a failed attempt to patch up a quarrel between a lot of scoundrelly barons and a pretty dreadful king, they put in on paper certain principles which were then built upon and still actually relevant today. The two bits of the Magna Carta that are still in force could have been written yesterday. One, nobody should be deprived of his liberty without the process of law, and no one should be denied access to justice or have justice sold to him, and that remains very basic. And actually on Magna Carta, successive generations of British people built the whole structure of the free society. And in the modern age, we should remind ourselves of these things. We live in a very complicated society. We have a huge state, we have a huge modern executive. We have a rather hysterical debate all the time about the risks from terrorism, the risks from the global economy, and sometimes you can start passing laws and regulations which don't protect you as much as you think they do, and actually start threatening individual liberty. So I think the last government, with great respect, got too authoritarian and went too far on the direction of trying to show everybody they were being tough on security and away from individual liberty. The new coalition government's going to redress that, and we should think very carefully before we abandon the principles that those guys who signed Magna Carta never really knew they were inventing for ordinary people like you and me.
I first of all should explain that these are the robes of a baron. I think thus far the barons have had a rather bad deal at this meeting, so I'm really here to speak up for my lads, who I think did a pretty good job in 1215.
Well, I'm here for the run-up to 2015 for the 800th anniversary of Magna Carta, and between our two countries, our countries began on this rule of law. And so I think it's a great tie between us, and I'm representing my father-in-law, FDR, and his ties to this country.
And you think the Magna Carta itself is significant in a lot of ways to people in the United States as it is to people over here?
Absolutely. Our laws are based on Magna Carta. We all wouldn't be here with starting this celebration without the relevance.